Say, kids, what time is it?
It's kind of like watching TV, but, in your car.
104.7 The K, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens in the studio. Dark Side of the Stream, episode 190. This week was my pick, the documentary series on Netflix, Dancing for the Devil, the 7M Cult. So, we have done a lot of discussion.
Hopefully, we're spreading the word about cults.
We've done a lot of episodes about cults, and it seems to me, after watching so many different episodes,
that you would
many stories about
sniff one
cults,
out if one was coming for you.
Well, hell yeah, you can't sniff one out. But that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is there is literally a step-by-step. If you watch enough of these damn documentaries, there is a step-by-step guide on how to create a cult.
Well, there actually is a step-by-step on Netflix how to be a cult leader.
Well,
there actually is one.
But it's real simple. I'll make it real easy.
Yes.
You take a disenfranchised group of people, whether that is
easy to find,
young, poor people, immigrant workers, different race, whatever group,
unhappy
group,
with their parents,
community. You take them, you promise them, and you somehow take the word of God and twist it and turn it into doing what you want it. And then you also cut them off with the rest of your family. You put them to work because they've got to work for God to keep you happy and God happy. And then all that money goes to the cult leader.
You're missing one key element.
Cut them off from the family and you're done.
You miss right? One key element. The key element is you have to have a charismatic front man.
Well,
that's where I come in. I'm telling you, I would be the best cult leader in the world.
Yeah, but you have to have.
You have to be a little evil or something inside, or what is it? What's the what am I missing? What am I missing? Why don't I have a cult?
You have the charisma. I think you have the charisma. I just don't think that you're deep enough of an individual to have the. I know that you have layers and you have onions,
like Shrek.
But like there has to be some sort of deepness inside of you. I don't know if you have that.
I know. I don't want to be mean to people.
I don't think you have that deep part of
Darn
you. It's either walled off or you burned it off doing whatever it was you did. It's not there anymore. There has to be this level of, I don't know, man. It's manipulation. You're not a very manipulative person.
Not at all.
I mean,
I don't like that.
You do your thing. Trust me. But
I guess my cult would be the girls that come to the shows. That's
and
my
you
cult.
know how easily manageable that is
cult,
for you. So anyway, we're talking about this cult that basically there's multiple levels to the story, but it starts off with a bunch of dancers that are in LA. Some of them are professional.
Yeah, like pro on stage with Beyonce and
doing
stuff.
Commercials, world tours.
Big time.
And it starts with a group of sisters who are basically TikTok famous.
Dancers, yeah.
They got a bunch of followers. One of the girls starts seeing another dancer. He's like, hey, I'm into going to church. This is my church. Let me introduce you to this guy. That's how it all starts to fall. Well, eventually the girl cuts herself off from the family.
Man,
it gets real heated. And then that's kind of where this story starts with them and the sisters. And the sister that's not in the cult and her family trying to get the other girl back.
Get her back.
By this point, after they kind of start to raise red flags and say, we just want to see our kid. We just want to see our kid. It's so funny. Pastor's like, you need to go back to your family.
Right. You don't want the heat.
Don't cut them off.
Don't want the heat.
We do all this stuff under the line. We don't want to not be around. Because he's scared.
He's slick, dude. He's a slick guy, man.
But we'll get into that, what that means and why they cut him off and all that as we dive into this stupid cult called 7M and the management company that hopefully doesn't have any more bookings. Next, Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio. It's Dark Side of the Stream, episode 190, Dancing for the Devil, the 7M cult. So, this wasn't the first time that Robert had actually tried to start his own cult. He actually had a church and it originally involved a bunch of Asian immigrants that basically were in a sense of community. Then the kind of story changes to follow these two Korean girls, both in the church. At one point, one leaves and escapes.
Yeah, one
tries to get
stays.
her sister out. She stays in for another 10 years. She ends up running a real estate business and making this guy so much money.
Well, it was an interesting cult angle that this guy has too, because he's like, hey, we're a management company for TikTok stars.
Well, that's the same. That's down the line.
Yeah,
he learned a lot of this first iteration where they basically had this woman running this company and then signing all of her money off into the thing. When later on down the line, when they're trying to bring the lawsuit together, and she's going with one of the dancers and saying, how much did you actually give him? I mean, the dude had like, what, 10% of his monthly income left after all the money he'd given him.
Yeah.
Which is just insane.
And he kind of realized that. He's like, what am I doing here?
But basically, this guy, he figures, early on how to do this cult thing. It's like he got Cult for Dummies and read it and just followed it. But eventually it kind of blows up in his face when one of his new wife goes after his money machine, which was one of the sisters. She eventually just leaves. The point of all this is he was using fear of hell to these people. Like, they were so scared that they were going to go to hell that they were willing to do anything and everything that they possibly could. Very weird that people still fall for this in the modern age. I'm not going to tell you what you should believe or what you should fear or why you should do it. But at least in my opinion, and what my opinion has always been, is that you should just try and be as kind and bring light into this world as you possibly can. And if you look into any religion, that's like the foundation of everything. Just be a cool guy. Yeah. Don't be a jerk. Don't kill in the name of something. Treat everyone like you want to be treated. Be a cool guy. That's it. And if at the end of the day, that's I live my life like that. That's our cult. Be a cool guy. Cool. Be a cool dude. Dude, how much? That sounds like something everybody should want to join. You got to have a record player. You gotta hate Motley Crue. No, you gotta like 80s rock. No, if you like Motley Crue, you're every cult session would start. No, okay, this is where we split. Cult splits into two different. Well, everything was cool until we brought up Motley Crue. We'd be co-leaders, and then it's the Be a Cool Guy cult, and then one area is listen to Pink Floyd for 12 hours a day. Yeah, the other side is 80s rock, hair metal, cut shirts. So. We can do it. We get all angles. We didn't even get any members before we started. We'll need to get one guy that's into rap music. We need one third guy that's into rap to get that. However we can make our money, that's what we'll do. We'll be back next to discuss more of this stupid cult next Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The K. The intern Jay Stevens back in the studio, Dark Side of the Stream, 7M Cult Dancing for the Devil on Netflix. So basically, his first cult thing kind of falls apart. He starts trying to get into LA and trying to be like a director. And then eventually he meets some dancers and he realizes that he could do the exact same thing, but this time, instead of going after hardworking immigrants, let's go after hardworking performers. Yes. And it worked for a while. It sounded good. I'm a management company. I'll help manage your social media. I'll back you with some money. Technically, it was working. As far as I know, there are some that are still with him. Oh yeah, it sounds like it. And still considering being part of this thing. But after this documentary, there is no way in hell any production company in Los Angeles, California is going to hire this company. There's no way. It already went to it already. I think you're underestimating the sleaziness of Hollywood. But no, that's not true. I'm not underestimating that. It's not about what the crap that they pull off, because they're crap they're doing right now that we'll never know about. That's not what I'm saying. It's that if you've got a tarnish on you and you have to associate yourself with someone that's got a tarnish like this, after this documentary series, after the lawsuits against this guy, no one's going to touch this dude. Look at the Nickelodeon one. They can't go at 7M management anymore. They're going to have to change the name and change the face or whatever if he's smart. But don't steal our cool guy name, Colt. Yeah, Colt. We already trademarked that. And if you do, we'll just join now. 863 7104. The cool guy Colt. So yeah. Anyway. I thought they did a really good job of breaking up the episodes, kind of, first from the dancing perspective, the second one really about how the two sisters that were in it, how it was in its early form and how they got out. And then the third one of how they're getting their revenge by bringing these lawsuits against him and his family. I thought because the sister was like, we could pay a company to find them and serve them. No, they went guerrilla. They went guerrilla marketing. We know where they are. We're going to find them. And so they followed them to a Korean restaurant, walked in there, had their buddies serve them and said, have a good night, and walked out. I thought that was pretty cool. Awesome. I mean, she's going after him in the right way and going after his money, because obviously that's all he cares about. I mean, obviously I'm sure he liked the ladies being around. That's probably out the window now for him. But, we all do. But the money is the only thing he has left. And if you could take that away from him, make him broke, he's got nothing. So I think her head's in the right place. I think the law where they say lawsuit's coming up next year or something like that. He got court, and this is going to be ongoing for
maybe
a long
there'll be
time.
a follow-up doc.
That would be great. Let's talk about our reviews next. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio. Dark Side of the Stream, episode 190, discussing Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult. So how many follows would you give this one?
Just a 3, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
another cult documentary.
Yeah, another cult documentary. I give it I would probably give it a 3.5 just because it was short to the point, and I thought they did a really good job of kind of painting the whole picture so we could see. I went into it thinking, here's another damn cult.
It's
but the scam is the same, and I just
the
can't.
scam is the same. The hustle's the same every time.
Dude, every single time, you guys are idiots. I don't understand.
Guy starts fondling the girls. It's always the same thing, man.
I just wish.
None can top the one where they were lugging the dead body around for a while in the car. That's why that set the cult documentary bar pretty high for me.
So many times in every single one of these damn stores, if any one of these individuals had just stopped and said, you know what, maybe I should just go seek therapy, talk to a therapist, talk to a psychiatrist, talk to someone that is in a professional medical field so that I can really dive into these things. They would have saved so many people money, lives, time, heartache.
It's all right. But there is an answer, and that's join the Be a Cool Guy cult. Be a Cool Guy cult.
We offer therapy. We send you. If you have problems, we're not going to motivate you to give us money. We're going to tell you need to talk to a professional and go seek therapy because it works. You should do it.
If you're a guy, we have a segment for you on Mike's side of this room, and then if you're a lady, we have the portion in my area of the room.
Okay.
This is how it goes.
This is
it's too easy, bro. It's too easy.
If you want the sleazy Motley Crue version of the Cool Guy cult, you know where to go. His name's Jay Stevens. I'm Mike the Intern.
Wait, we got to talk about next week.
Oh, yeah. What are we going to watch? I had a really good out, and it just...
No, you did. You jumped the gun.
I had my first text.
He got too excited.
He slapped my hand away.
He got his first cult member call, and the phone lines are blowing up right now for the Cool Guy cult.
Get out the door with the cult.
No, we'll watch the documentary How Music Got Free.
Oh, I can't wait.
About Napster and the downloading and the downfall of the music industry.
Wait to talk about so many badass bands I found because of LimeWire and Napster.
Now you know who the pirate. Now you know who the pirate is around here.
Just me, bro. And if you think it's still not going on, you are naive. Because my friend is they create more streaming services to create cable internet all over again in just the form of streaming packages. Guess what's going to happen all over again? More piracy, because where there's a will, my friend, there is always
you can always find a way to do it for free.
Every single thing in this world. Either way, that's what we're watching next. I'm Mike the Intern. That's Jay Stevens, and we watch movies, so you don't have to.
We form cults, so you don't have to.
We do that too. It's Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.